Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sonic Unleashed Let's Play. So we're still in Adabet's daytime stage because, I said it once before and I'll say it again. This is the only daytime stage I didn't really practice run on, so yeah, I'm gonna keep dying a lot in this stage. But don't worry, we'll get done with the stage in this part. I promise you that. I mean, for Adabet, it probably has the most reflexes that you'll ever need. You really need to know what's coming up and, what to expect in order for you to even get the S rank on this stage, because, with something like a Patos or Rooftop Run, all you just need to do is really boost to win in order for you to get the S rank. Adabet's actually one of those types of stages that you really need to put effort into it in order for you to get the S rank. If you don't really put that much effort into it, well, you're out of luck then. This is probably the second stage that took me the longest to get the S rank on, because, they throw so much at you at this stage, like I said previously, that just, you have to memorize it, and you have to make sure, you just gotta be on your toes, or else you're not gonna be able to get that nice S rank. I know we're pretty much close to the end, so no worries. There's also some 3D sections here, as you can see. Are these 3D sections handled better than in Chunan? Maybe a bit, but still, 3D sections in these in this types of gameplay for Sonic doesn't get as good as Generations. It's another game I have to redo again, but just like with Sonic 06. But I'll get to it later. It's a real short game, so it can wait. Because right now, folks, I'm just focusing on just getting Unleashed done, because it's the final game on my 3D list, as I stated previously, and get Sonic 06 out of the way, because I just despise that game and I just don't want to see it anymore. The last time I want to touch it is if I do a review for it. I most likely am going to do a review for it, but I'm not putting it on the Natural Board Gamers. If anybody wants to record it, Eric can record it, because he sees something in that game that apparently I don't. So that's it with Adabet. They throw so much at you, and you just got to be on your toes. Because I died so much, it took so long, I got myself a D. That's probably the worst grade I'll ever get in these stages. Sorry about that, folks. I'll redeem myself if I ever record this for the Natural Born Gamers. I most likely will, and if I do, I'll get the PlayStation 3 version, so I don't have to deal with all that damn slowdown that's in the game. So yeah. Alright, so now since we got the final daytime stage done, we got the final key, now it's off to the boss now. And apparently I guess need these rings because, they don't give you enough rings here in order for you to, get across the water. And in the water, even though it looks shallow, you can easily just fall in it and, drown. And I think you lose a life, which is kind of BS in my opinion, but, yeah, it doesn't matter. But now we're going on to the final daytime boss, the Egg Lancer. And the Egg Lancer, this is the thing about the Egg Lancer. Look at it. It looks exactly like the Egg Beetle that we fought in Missouri, but it's actually a bit different from when we fought the Egg Beetle. The design looks familiar, but its attacks are pretty much different. Once again, how to approach it to attack it is the same thing. Once its pincers open, you can either have a chance to either dash into it or homing attack it. Like I said, homing attack does more damage, but the dash move you can do more of. So what the attacks of the Egg Lancer has is that the Egg Lancer loves to use all these sorts of lasers and everything in order for you to hit it, or for you to hit you. It also uses, I think if I remember, some of the bombs that the Egg Beetle does use. This boss is the perfect example of just using fast reflexes. I mean, this boss, I guess you could say, it's a combination of the Egg Beetle and the Egg Devil Ray that we fought. It's like both of those combined into one robot. So the best piece of advice I could give for you is that, you gotta make sure you're really tight on your reflexes, because the lasers can easily catch you off guard. Just use your sliding moves, all sorts of jumping. If you actually tap the A button, Sonic will just do this quick jump. I probably should have mentioned that a long time ago, but it really does help out. But, you know, if you use that to your full advantage, you'll have no problem with this boss fight. This is probably the best run of this boss fight I've ever done in my whole entire life of just playing this game, because the first time I did this, I died so many times because I was unaware of what his attacks were. But now it's just second nature to me now. It's really easy. Usually I get like a B or something like that on this boss, but this is actually the first time I'll actually get an S rank on this boss. So yeah, you have this little quick time button input too, and you know, if you do the last one perfectly, you know, you'll actually get that extra hit, and that's, I guess, that what makes the boss a whole lot easier is because of that last extra hit, because it takes out a really good chunk of his health. And see, with 2 minutes and 6 seconds in, I beat him so easily. He's really an easy boss. It's just that the hardest part about him is just his lasers. You just gotta have good reflexes in order for you to just easily survive. But with that, folks, that is the end of the final daytime boss, and now it's time to go on to the second to last Gaia temple. If it wants to load.
What's wrong, buddy?
Huh? Oh, right. I'm just scared.
Scared? It's just another old temple. It doesn't look like there's anyone around either.
That's not what I mean. That's not... Never mind. I'm fine. Let's go.
Since when did the Sonic Adventure mural get here?
Whoa.
I welcome your return. Messenger of day, of light, of rebirth. Sonic, I remember now, all of it.
And to think it all took a mural just to remember who he was. Who cares? Much better than Shadow. It took a whole game for at least Shadow to figure out who he was. This is like 75% of the game, so kudos to you, Chip. Kudos to you, my friend. Now let's see who this Chip guy really is now.
My real name is Light Gaia.
Just kidding. It wasn't really that big of a surprise when I first heard it.
My job was to protect the planet from Dark Gaia. But Eggman broke the world apart himself, and Dark Gaia and I were awakened before we should have been. That's why Dark Gaia broke apart, and I didn't know who I was. I didn't remember what I was supposed to do. All because this isn't the proper time of awakening.
time of awakening?
Dark Gaia grows over millions of years, then rises to destroy the world. And I put it all back together. We've been doing this over and over, again and again, since the very beginning of time.
So you were asleep all this time? For millions of years?
Yes, for ages and ages.
I bet it's thanks to you. Even at night when I'm like this, I'm still myself, not like all the other people we've seen. You must have been protecting me this whole time.
I haven't done anything, Sonic. You're the reason you haven't changed at all. You're too strong to lose yourself.
I'm the reason?
Yeah, you never doubt yourself, no matter what. You never give in to the night or the darkness inside your heart. I think it's because I knew that about you. That's why I wanted you to help me. It's been so fun, getting to see the world. I've lived here since the planet began, but I didn't know a thing about it. That it's so pretty, or that food tastes so good, or that people are so nice. I'm so glad I got the chance to discover all that with you, and I'm so glad that you helped me find my memory. Sonic, I will never, ever forget you. Thank you, Sonic. Goodbye, friend.
Hey!
Whoa, what?
Where do you think you're off to all by yourself?
What? But my memory is back now, and, well, from here on out, it's my responsibility, so, I mean, there's no reason for you to come along, so I should just...
Do I need a reason to want to help out a friend?
Thanks, Sonic.
Ah, you see, kids, friendship is magic. And now I'm gonna get about 20 Brony comments in the section below. Nah, I'm just kidding. Who comments on these videos anyway? Alright, folks, so yeah, it seems like Chip was like Gaia the whole entire time. He's the polar opposite of Dark Gaia and was meant to protect the planet from him. It took him 75% of the game to know who he was, so yeah. But you folks went back to Shamar to go to Professor Pickle's lab, and it's time to talk to Tails. So now we're taking the tornado to the final continent, to where Eggman has resigned with his base and whatnot. So now it's time to do the very last tornado mission, and just like before, it's pretty much the same thing as we did the first time. I do love the music, but you know, it's everything that you've done the very first time you did this, like all the way back before you even got to Spagonia. You know, it's just a bunch of quick time stuff, and it's only a little bit difficult because more enemies come. There's more enemies that come at a quicker time. Thank goodness there's no achievement for this. You know, there's no achievement to hit all the enemies. There's no achievement for, you know, not getting hit once. All of that is just like reserved for the first airplane section. You know what? I'm glad, because this one's actually can be pretty difficult. So now, since we're got location of where the, well, actually no, we don't actually know where the final Gaia Tempa. What the hell's a Gaia Tempa? Can somebody like draw me a picture of a Gaia Tempa? You know, I would love to know what a Gaia Tempa is. But we really don't know where the last Gaia Temple is, but at this point we're just going after Eggman. Who knows, maybe we'll... I have a hunch that we probably will counter it. I'm not too sure, I could be lying on my ass, but I'm pretty sure we may encounter the last Gaia Temple if we go over to Eggman's area. You know, no plot convenience and all that shit. And I've got nothing else to say about these airplane missions because we've already done this before, so everything I pretty much explained about what I like and what I don't like about the tornado missions in here is that, I already explained this like all the way, I think, at part 3. That was a long time ago. So there's no point for me to talk about it anymore. But I do have a question for you guys. Do you like the tornado stages in here? Do you think were you excited that they brought them back? And if you did you guys like them even in Sonic Adventure? You know, these are things that, as I stated previously, like when the final video of Sonic Unleashed comes, you know, guys, I would love to hear your opinions about this game. But, you know, save all of it towards towards the final part. Because that's pretty much kind of like our little discussion about the whole game. Because I will give a short details about my final thoughts of this game. And if I want to go more into detail, I'm going to do a review on it on my main channel. And I don't know when I'm going to get to that, but I will soon. Well, not soon, but hopefully in the future. I do like the aesthetics of this one. Very dark and gloomy. It really is. And just as last time, as we went through it the first time, we're going through this boss fight again. This stupid A Cauldron comes out for a second round. Because apparently, I guess we didn't destroy it the first time. So now it's time for round 2 with the A Cauldron. A Cauldron, the second time, is just as the same as we fought it the first time. It'll shoot all sorts of missiles and all sorts of projectiles with a certain button on it. Make sure you press that button, and when the big button appears with the counter, like saying you have 5 hits of the Y button, you know, hit that Y button, because that's your chance to hit the core of the A Cauldron and, you know, get its light bar down. This one's only a bit difficult because, like I said, the projectiles are moving at you at a lot quicker pace, so you'll have a bit more trouble with the quick timing in here. And like I said back in part 3, you know, sometimes that the buttons just don't want to work for me because how you have to time pressing the button that's on the screen is a bit finicky. Like I said, you know, that's the only trouble you'll have when you're gonna get hit. But also make sure to pay attention to that energy meter because, like I said beforehand, that's just how much you can shoot until it goes down to 0%, but you never have to worry about it going down too low because they never throw enough missiles or projectiles at you to make it go down that low. So, you know, thank God. If they wanted to be dicks, they could have done that. They could have thrown like a whole barrage of certain objects and whatnot. You know, that probably would have made it a bit more challenging, but, you know, it's just boring. But now, since we finally got the A Cauldron out of our way, it's time to finally proceed on to the final continent. Let's see where Eggman has been hiding this entire time. Big ominous red building in the section, but with that, we got ourselves a C. I don't know how many points it is to get an S rank, but you know, I will probably never S rank those stages whatsoever. But anywho, folks, next part, we are going to everybody's favorite stage. To those who play the game, they know what's coming up. To those who don't, well, prepare for good times ahead. Hence the strong sarcasm there. But anywho, folks, I'll see you guys for part 21. See you later.